So before I start, you see, consciousness is something very ancient word in Indian literature. It's not something new, and it has been taught. Philosophers, theologists, everyone, they talk about consciousness. Vedanta is about consciousness. And what is consciousness? If we go back to that paradigm, consciousness is that which is indestructible, which always exists, which is eternal, which cannot be destroyed, which cannot be burnt, which cannot be cut into pieces. So basically, in our experience, we have never seen anything like that. In our experience shows us that literally everything can be destroyed. Anything can be burnt into ashes. So, of course, obviously, the consciousness that is being taught here has no imprint of the physical experience that we have. Right? And within empirical science, we certainly probably cannot study this. Right? So, now when we talk about AI, people take it to be something related to consciousness. And we have famous AI products like Siri, Alexa, the Tesla autonomous car and so forth. So many products have come, and it appears as if, because they can replace human being in certain tasks, they look like, or they are being advertised as a conscious entity. So before we go to the what is the conscious machine or semantic machine, let's distinguish between what is weak and strong artificial intelligence. All that, for example, you see here, this is a setup in my lab that does, a robot is given a list of items, and that has to be picked from a rack, and it is interfaced with a simple Kinect camera. But the heart of this robot is a deep network-based visual perception algorithm, and based on that, it goes, searches, and finds the object and puts in the package. But this kind of things that we do, they are all weak AI. It's related to a very small specific task. And but these machines, they appear to be, having its own mind, or it's very intelligent. And I will try to show whether these machines are really intelligent. And when we talk about strong, then mean we are talking about consciousness. And one of the very important feature of a conscious machine or strong AI has to be self-aware. The machine has to be self-aware. So what is that self-awareness? We need to understand. So what is the hard problem? Here is a thought experiment. The thought experiment is, you imagine a robot comes to your house, lives in your house, and learns your language, picks up some vocabulary, starts speaking in broken language, and slowly, just like we become perfect in our own language, similarly, robot becomes perfect. And then it starts writing poetry or novel and gets a Nobel Prize. So is it possible? This is a hard problem. Why it is hard problem? Because to be able to write a poetry or novel, it has to be creative. It cannot be, there are some friends here from, imagine Alexa has a competition, and the competition, the guideline is that the robot should be able to, a robot should be able to converse with you at least for 20 minutes. And nobody is able to reach even 10 minutes of conversation. Right? So the idea why it is not happening? So this is the point that I am going to focus in this particular. So now let us ask some of the challenging questions. Why do we develop these kind of autonomous machines? If we ask these questions, can the current science and technology help us to develop such machines? For example, a machine that can construct its own control system, hypothesize the control law. Is it possible? Can a machine write its own algorithm to recognize an object or voice? Can a machine derive a unique quantum search algorithm? Can a machine be self-powered? So these are the questions when you ask, then we see that we have really created a dull machine, not smart machine. So what is the difference between a living organism and a machine? So if you see, there are of course many are there. I have put some of these things. Now, experience of hunger, fear, sleep, sexual desires. This is in all living organisms. Whereas no AI machine as of now has these properties. Self-replication. From aquatics to plants to insects to birds to human being, all of us, we have self-replication. Whereas no such. In fact, in 1959, John von Neumann made a thought experiment on self-reproducing automata. He said that can we start with a single automaton and that will grow in terms of both hardware and software. And I don't think that we have gone to that level even at the surface. And of course, creativity, right? Living organism, all living. Now, bees have, even simple organisms, they have creativity, right? Whereas no creativity in case of the machines.